Fashion is one of the most polluting industries we have on this planet, and it's mainly due to overproduction, but also due to the way that we continue to heavily rely on animal-derived materials.
Sustainability can be bold, colourful, fun and young.
As soon as we started to have a conversation about sustainability, it was just so clear that we wanted to do something creative. We wanted to make some kind of difference. And this was something that all of us, myself included, just felt really passionately about.
For us, Relentless is a platform that highlights the importance that everyone can wear what they want, where they want, and how they want.
A really important part for us was to showcase kind of independent designers as well, especially in London. We wanted to go down this route of showcasing people that haven't really got a huge brand in that way, but kind of showcase their work and their kind of craftsmanship.
Sustainability is like the absolute driving force in everything that I do.
Saw loads of people that didn't have a voice, and women, and anybody under the umbrella of not being the basic white straight man. So I said, let's represent all of us.
I think as Generation Z, like fluidity is something that's really important to us, and I think it's important to show through fashion necessarily that clothes don't really have like a gender label in that way.
I just make clothes. I don't think clothes are these gendered entities. It's a piece of cloth that we put on our body, and somehow we've attributed such strong connotations for what this thing means.
I think through like celebrity culture as well, you can obviously see that like gender isn't really a thing. Like people are more open and they're more willing to really like be themselves.
People who are gender non-conforming express themselves in so many beautiful ways because they might be attracted to more femme silhouettes, or they might be attracted to really large kind of like Rick Owens-esque crazy masculine almost silhouettes.
Social media applications have really brought forth this fashion fluidity trend where you see more boys being comfortable wearing makeup, skirts, dresses, and painting their nails. And we wanted to embrace that and really break down those gender conforming walls that society put in place.
I think fluidity with fashion is absolutely amazing.
Sustainability is not just a fad, it's not just a headline. It affects all of us in every single area of our lives, and we love fashion. But the problem is that the fashion industry is one of the biggest polluters.
The amount of things we produce, the equivalent of one truck full of textiles is burned or dumped into landfill every second.
We consume fashion every single day, so being sustainable is like so important, I guess. Like if we're not sustainable, then how are we literally gonna continue with like consuming fashion every single day? I just don't think that that's like possible.
Animal agriculture is one of the leading causes of pretty much all of the environmental issues that we're currently facing. Not only meat, but also leather, wool, other co-products of the meat industry are very much involved in animal agriculture.
Sustainability to me as a designer is the absolute start point for everything that I do, because when it comes down to like the literal design process, I actually start with fabric first. So I will have a fabric, I'll source a fabric, and which is waste, it's offcuts, it's maybe from a factory floor that was disposed of, or secondhand donations, perhaps it was maybe upholstery samples.
When somebody says sustainable, you might think that you have to buy these expensive clothes, but that's not necessarily true. Like you can go to vintage stores, you can just do like little upcycling hacks and like just go to your parents' wardrobe and see if there's anything you like.
One of the best things you can do is to buy secondhand, which is something that everyone should on this planet. We have pretty much all the clothes we need. They're already out there and we just need to find them. So we need to get over that stigma of secondhand shopping and give it a try, because there's just so much to be found.
What I found with vintage fashion is that every single piece that I've ever bought tells a story. There's something very different about going into a vintage shop and picking something that's one of a kind, that's lasted for a long time, and you get chatting to the people in the shop. Is so different from just shopping in the high street.
H&M claiming they're super eco. We've got, all these fast fashion brands claiming things, and you're kind of there like, no, you're not.
And I think what we're seeing with those companies is people find it very hard to realize or to fully soak in the humanitarian side of fast fashion, the ethical kind of atrocities that fast fashion causes, plus the environmental.
Paying attention to what you're buying and what you're using can go a long way, because as consumers, we do have power. We're not powerless. We can change things.
It might seem really difficult to kind of navigate the world of sustainability, because you have this side when it's like, oh, this is sustainable, but you know that maybe the history of the brand seems like it might not be. And I think that's a good thing, that we kind of live in an age where you just have to do one Google search. You need to look at that policies, where are the fabrics coming from. You can also look at that ethics and ethos, and you can find out these things for yourselves.
I have a fear that they think that they're doing a good thing. And I think that's my biggest fear, is that there are people within those companies genuinely, really, really believing that they're doing good things.
Really wanted to bring together sustainable materials that some of the sustainable designers that we were talking to were using, and kind of mix that up with vintage pieces, old pieces from our own wardrobes, and just to put all those kind of stories together.
Essentially, to be fully sustainable, you don't make anything, because, that's what sustainability is. So we tend to gravitate more towards recycled. So we have like a beautiful satin that we use in a lot of the collections, which is made out of recycled water bottles from post-consumer. So it's a very silky, thick satin, and it's kind of waxy, but it's really cool.
And there's leather made from pineapples, apples, mushrooms. There's cactus leather. There's down made from flowers. There is wool made from coconuts, wool made from plants. It's an area that's so exciting, and it's only going to get bigger. More exciting than these developments is all of the laboratory grown leather, wool, and fur that we will have in just a few years.
I actually can't always afford to buy the plant-based or the organics or the kind of, whatever, or for example, Stella McCartney's known for her mushroom leather. I would love to work with mushroom leather. Can I afford it? No. So through different contacts, I have a lot of access to waste fabric that was maybe used in different showrooms, in interior design studios, which are literally, they just go to waste after that season has kind of come through and a new collection comes through.
More things are being brought to light. There's more information being exchanged. Whereas, people, I always say we were on like a conveyor belt, like factory setting before the pandemic. Everyone kind of kept their head down and kept moving forward with, just work, eat, sleep, repeat. And now we're kind of, everyone's communicating so much more.
I think vegan fashion is here to stay. It's a concept rather than a trend, because it started growing several years ago and we haven't seen it taper off at all. If anything, it's only gotten stronger and bigger.
It's very uplifting to see this Shop Sustainable and Small movement grow in popularity online, and I think as the years go by, it just has more potential.
People are really trying their best to be more sustainable in all aspects of their life, so I think that's the direction where it's headed.
I think that actually unisex dressing in terms of cut will actually become much more of a thing in gender fluid fashion, and I think after this kind of state of lockdown, people just want to go out and celebrate, and I think there's going to be a bit of a boom of, the roaring 20s, if you will.
It's about real people, and I think we're going to see more of that. We're already seeing more kind of like body positivity and like asking everyone to just come and wear clothes and feel good.
The young people who have made this fashion collection happen and created this documentary, that's the future. It's people who care, people who want to make a difference, people who are not afraid to go out there and wear whatever they want, with the caveat that what they are wearing is not harming the environment.
Fashion continues to be relentless, and it's interesting us to kind of be on this side of it and working with designers and creatives in this way, because fashion is for everybody. It's inclusive for everybody.
That's so sultry. Yes, more of that. Hair around. Oh my god, okay.